अगर सर्वे कराने से कोई सच सामने आता है, वक्त की संपत्ति खाली होती है और उसको गरीब मुसलमानों को कहीं पर कुछ उसका लाभ पहुंचाया जा सकता है, सरकार की पवित्र मंशा है।
Massive political face-off as Yogi government orders survey of Waqf properties within a month. Owaisi questions the UP government move on Waqf, likens it to NRC. Teesta Setalwat charge-sheeted for fabricating evidence in Gujarat riots. SIT cites deep conspiracy to stop Prime Minister Modi politically. Another Hindu temple targeted in the United Kingdom. Violence reported in Birmingham and Smethwick. Russia-Ukraine war enters day 211. Putin escalates war, drops fresh nuke threat, says it's no bluff. We have some big breaking news here on Republic TV this Wednesday evening. Some big news coming in. That 2 years after Parambir Singh went after Republic TV, 2 years after they targeted Republic TV, the final TRP report has been submitted. That's the big breaking news coming in. We have a confirmation now that the final TRP report has been submitted. The details are not out yet. I'm waiting for my colleague Shawan to also join us on the broadcast. But the breaking news is that the final TRP report, after 2 years of investigation, has been submitted. A case where Parambir Singh tried to target Republic TV, a case where Sachin Vaze tried to target Republic TV. We don't have the details yet. We don't have our hands on that report yet. Shawan will be joining us anytime now. I want to go across to Shawan. Abhishek, this is a big breaking news update. This is a very big breaking news update, and we want to know what's in that report, Abhishek. We want to know what's in that report because we know that the truth will be out. The truth will be out. And we want to know who's been named in that report, what are the details. But as of now, the big breaking news here on Republic TV, the final TRP report has been submitted. The details are not out yet. And everyone, it's the most awaited report in Indian media, the most awaited report in Indian media, Abhishek. And I think everyone deserves to know what's in that report. I think it's a matter of time before we get our hands on it. But we will have to wait because there is a process involved. Abhishek. Niranjan, absolutely. You know, the agencies have filed it before the court. The court has taken cognizance of it. Notices would be served. We can apply there. The process would be followed. But the nation wants to know what's there in the TRP report. Remember, which channel was fined by the BARC? Which channel was asked by the High Court to pay that fine? Not us, not Republic. Who was behind the conspiracy? Whom did Hansa report mention as the real culprits? All that and more would be there in this report filed by an agency before the court, and the nation wants to know what's in there, Niranjan. I think everybody deserves to know, Abhishek. Everyone, including our viewers, deserve to know what's in that report, and we are waiting. We are waiting to get our hands on it. Aishwarya is also joining us. Aishwarya, we have this breaking news update that the final TRP report has been submitted. We don't have the details, Aishwarya. What more are you picking up? I think
absolutely,
joining us live. Yes, Aishwarya, quickly, one word from you. What are you picking up?
The nation awaits the details. The nation awaits the details. The report is yet to be accessed. But as you said, this is the final TRP report. And now it's the time for the truth to come out. The real truth to come out. We await the details and the specifications, what all is mentioned in that report. Yes, Niranjan, Rhythm also joins in.
Rhythm, what do we know? We are hearing Rhythm. Rhythm, we are hearing the final TRP report from our sources. We are hearing was filed a few days back. We don't have the exact date. Are you picking up details? What is the process when a report is filed after an investigation? Has the cognizance been taken? What do we know?
Well, let me tell you what's happening inside the courtroom. What happened was on the 8th of September, Niranjan, Aishwarya, Abhishek and Shravan, this report had been filed in the City Civil Court in Mumbai. We have the status report that says on the 8th of September, this report had been filed. The contents of the report are not yet known. We don't know whether cognizance of this report has been taken. As the nation awaits the details of this report, what we do know and what comes to be known from the case status is the final TRP report has 16 accused who are named. They can be called 16 respondents for now. We have to see what's going to happen when the report is handed over. But if we actually go into it, this is a final report in the TRP case for which 1 billion Indians have been awaiting 2 years after Parambir's lies. We get to get the real answers on who fixed who.
I have some breaking news update. I think, Arnab will be live in a few minutes from now. We'll try and get him as well because this is breaking news for all of us here on Republic TV. I get a sense that Shravan has more details because he tracks the agency. Shravan, what do we know about this report? When was the report filed? Has cognizance been taken? When will we get the details? When will we get our hands on it? Shravan.
Well, just to take it where Rhythm left, as far as this case is concerned, case was registered almost 2 years ago, soon after the Mumbai police had registered the FIR, making a predicate offence for the enforcement directorate to basically step in. The case was registered by the enforcement directorate in Mumbai. Thereafter, the investigation has been carried out for almost 2 years, as Rhythm was pointing out. Finally, the report has been filed by the agency. We're given to understand that was on the 8th. And today, this evening, we're given to understand that the cognizance has also been taken.
Shravan, I have a question for you, and Rhythm can help us also understand, for the benefit of viewers, Rhythm and Shravan. Please explain the process. Mumbai police picked up thread from somewhere, some random complaint, names some channels randomly even before the investigation begins. But then the matter ultimately comes to the court and then to the CBI and then to other agencies. What exactly is this report about? And from here, where the matter goes?
Yes. I think
Rhythm, you can take the question first, then I'll come to Shravan.
All right, the bigger thing that we have to really look at, like Abhishek is talking about, is what happened. 2 years ago, in the TRP case, first false malicious charges were made against Republic TV, when in a press conference, Parambir Singh had stated that he believed there was TRP fixing, and he had also named Republic TV in this regard. A charge sheet was filed in this regard. It was also submitted before the City Civil Court, and now there is a final TRP report that is also being submitted before the court. We have to see what this will say, because nobody knows as now what is in the report, but as the nation awaits truth, one thing is clear: it's 2 years after Parambir lied. There is going to be truth in the court. It's the most awaited report that's been submitted in the City Civil Court on the 8th of September. And Shravan, I want you to know, I want you to tell us what the steps forward will be, because according to my sources, possibly cognizance of this report will be taken in the City Civil Court in Mumbai.
Also, Shravan, just to add, how did the central agencies get in? Just viewers should understand what all happened and has come to this stage.
Well, in fact, just to add to this so-called FIR of the Mumbai police, for all our viewers, this is what we have been saying right from day one. We were not even named in that particular FIR that was registered by the Mumbai police. That's very important for everyone to know. There are other channels which were basically named. But Mumbai police and, of course, disgraced cop Parambir Singh perhaps went a step ahead by naming several channels. In fact, went on to do a press conference. Now, just to explain what really happens, when does the central agency really step in? Can they really do it suo moto? Because a lot of people end up thinking that a central agency can just step in whenever they want. That's not the case. There has to be a predicate offence. When I say predicate offence, it essentially means that as per the PMLA Act, if there is a scheduled offence only then can the enforcement directorate step in. It's not like the Central Bureau of Investigation. The enforcement directorate works in a very different manner. So what happens in this particular case, all that we know so far is that since the Mumbai police had already filed an FIR and they said that there is a scheduled offence, they said that there was money laundering aspect, and that's the reason why the enforcement directorate stepped in. This happened just about 2 years ago, sometime in November, if I remember it correctly. The ECIR, which is an FIR equivalent that was registered by the Enforcement Directorate. Thereafter, obviously, the same process that the Mumbai police basically indicated, the same investigation was carried out by the Enforcement Directorate. We're not privy to what really transpired thereafter. Perhaps only details of that would only come out in the charge sheet or the prosecution complaint that has now been filed by the Enforcement Directorate. Cognizance would have been taken by the PMLA court, and thereafter details would really come in. Now, the modalities is very clear that they are going to look at the allegations that were leveled by the Mumbai police. They are going to call in more people for questioning those who were named as an accused by the Mumbai police. All of that would have essentially happened.
Yeah. Shawan, getting in some responses. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Shawan. Getting in a lot of viewers, supporters, people who believe and trust in Republic and have stood with us all these years. Dr. Vikram Singh is on the phone line. You know, a lot of our viewers already texting Shawan, Rhythm, Aishwarya, Abhishek, asking what's in that report. Do we have excerpts of that report? We are telling them what we know. We don't have the report yet. We don't have the report. But one thing is clear, Dr. Vikram Singh, our conscience has always been clear. Our conscience has always been clear. Dr. Vikram Singh, whatever's in this report, we know the truth will come out. Dr. Vikram Singh.
Absolutely. Absolutely, the truth has the propensity of coming out. And the prognosis and the direction in which the wind is blowing, truth ultimately prevails. You, Team Republic and Arnav have stood by the truth always, and you have always spoken the truth and nothing but the truth. And therefore, I and the entire nation stand by you, and we are committed to the fact that yes, the truth is come out and will take you still higher levels of glory and achievement. And those who were on the side of sin and those who were on the side of the wrong, they will have to eat a humble pie once and for all. The nation indeed is waiting very, very keenly and eagerly to know what the exact contents of the report are. But we have a good idea of what the report is like, because there is a disquiet in the enemy camp. I don't say enemy, but in the camp who were on the side of the evil, on the side of the wrong. But yes, I'm sure it's going to bring a further glory and a bigger name for Arnav, the Republic, and all of you who have been steadfast and who have sided with the truth, not only yesterday or today, but for all times to come. Your integrity and credibility have hit a sky high, an all-time high, and may God always bless your path.
Now, on a lighter note, Dr. Vikram Singh, my colleagues Abhishek, Aishwarya, Shawan and Rhythm are watching. I just want to say something on a lighter note and I'll hand it to them. Those anchors on those TV channels who made Parambir Singh their primetime guest, at around this time, that day, I'll never forget that day. 8 p.m. on the 8th of October, if I'm not wrong, Parambir Singh was their guest at 8 p.m. And those anchors now are watching nervously. They're watching nervously at our hashtag because they don't know what's going to come out of it. I think Abhishek and Aishwarya had a question for you. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely. People said whatever came to their mind, and Parambir's truth and lies, whatever he said. And as you said, Niranjan, he was guest at several channels. But today, and when the truth comes out, because the wait is still on, the nation wants to know. The nation awaits the final TRP report. Abhishek, the nation wants to know today that what is the truth in that report, which you and me and everyone now, the 1.4 million Indians eagerly await, Abhishek. Yeah.
Aishwarya, since you said some anchors are going to be jittery now, there is going to be the report that is going to come out. There is going to be the truth that is going to come out because of that report. And there is going to be the truth behind the truth that is going to come out, which is that before the interview happened, some meetings also happened in Mumbai. I think there would be some time that would come that those meetings would also have to be spoken about. Shravan, in the meantime, it's very important to understand the process before Arnab joins. Just explain for the benefit of viewers. What are going to be the consequences of the proceedings of the PMLA court?
I think the nation wants to hear Arnab.
I'll just get my audio fixed and I'll be back. I'll get my audio fixed. Stay there. I'll be back in a minute.
No,
I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you got that. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You can.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes or no? We are on air.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Hi. So, was I interrupting Mr. Vikram Singh? No, I wasn't. Right. Okay. So I just wanted to come on air and say this, that we have just heard, Niranjan, that the final report in the TRP case has been filed, and I, for one, am eagerly anticipating it, because there are so many questions which will finally be settled, and we know that these questions need to be settled. And I hope the Lutyens media agrees with me. I hope the media conspirators, and I hope the conspirators in the media and the media who are the conspirators agree with me, because I think it is high time that the people of this country know the truth behind this so-called TRP scam, behind the scam which is the concoction of Parambir Singh, Sachin Vaze, Uddhav Thackeray, Anil Deshmukh, and all of them. And it's been 2 years. If anybody is watching this tonight, they know that it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. 2 years in which all kinds of charges were put against us. It was told that we operate out of the proceeds of crime.
Yeah.
And it was told to us that we pay 500 rupees to people to watch our channel. Right? It was told to us that we are some kind of a mafia syndicate. And it was told to us that we are not the #1 channel, but we pay people 500 rupees to be the #1 channel. So I, for one, am really, really, really eagerly looking forward to the release of the TRP report. And I challenge them all today. I challenge all of them, each and every one of them today. And they know who they are I'm talking about. I challenge all those frauds who claim to be walking in my shoes. I ask all of them to please, whenever this report comes out, to release it, because I think the time has come to talk about the report, and we'll get to know a lot of things in this report. Most importantly, we shall get to know who are the conspirators. We shall get to know what's in the scam. We shall get to know who are the scamsters. We shall get to know what was the exact fraud which was perpetrated. We shall get to know, though we've been saying it truly and loudly for the longest time, that this is a terrible concoction against India's #1 network, but we shall know very, very clearly that they know what the truth behind this is. और हिंदी के दर्शक हैं जो अभी रिपब्लिक भारत में भी मुझे लाइव देख रहे हैं, तो मैं यही कहना चाहता हूं कि जितने हमारे दर्शकगण हैं, आज से 2 साल पहले परमबीर सिंह, सचिन वादे, उद्धव ठाकरे की सरकार ने एक तरह से घिनौने आरोप लगाए थे रिपब्लिक नेटवर्क, रिपब्लिक भारत, रिपब्लिक टीवी के खिलाफ कि हम 500 रुपये लोगों को देकर #1 चैनल बन जाते हैं। तो मुझे अभी भी खबर मिली है जो ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ है, और मैं चाहता हूं कि जितने लुटियन के चैनल है इसको दिखाएं, और जितने झूठ बोल चुके हैं जितने चैनल वो भी इसको दिखाएं। कोई हर्ज नहीं है कि सच्चाई जो भी है, हम तो चाहते हैं रिपोर्ट पब्लिक हो जाए जल्द से जल्द। अभी पब्लिक नहीं हुई है, हमारे हाथ में रिपोर्ट हमारे पास आई नहीं है अभी तक। इट इज़ नॉट पब्लिक येट, अभी भी ये पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं है, मगर कॉग्निजेंस कोर्ट ले चुकी है, यानी कि थोड़ी समय पे ये पब्लिक हो जाएगी। और जब पब्लिक हो जाएगी, इसके बाद ये ज़रूरी होता है और एक तरह से अनिवार्य होता है उन चैनलों पर जिन्होंने हर तरह की चीज़ें कही थी हमारे खिलाफ, अनिवार्य हो जाता है उन पर कि वो भी ये सच्चाई दिखाए। क्योंकि देखिए, जब सच्चाई आप नहीं दिखाएंगे तो आपकी जो क्रेडिबिलिटी है वो बिल्कुल ध्वंस हो जाएगी, और ये क्रेडिबिलिटी की बात है। इसलिए मैं चाहता हूं कि कोर्ट ने जो कॉग्निजेंस ली है, और मुझे बताया गया है कि यहाँ पे 16 या 17 लोग हैं, 16 लोग हैं। मुझे आई बीन टोल्ड देयर आर 16 पीपल, कहा जाता है कि 16 लोग हैं जिनको इसमें रेस्पोंडेंट बनाया गया, एक तरह से अक्यूज है। मुझे इसके बारे में और कोई डिटेल नहीं है, मेरे हाथ में रिपोर्ट नहीं है, मैंने रिपोर्ट अपने आंखों से नहीं देखी है, ना निरंजन ने देखी है, ना किसी ने भी देखी है। मगर मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि जो भी है इस रिपोर्ट में, हम उसको ज़रूर इसकी रिपोर्टिंग करेंगे। और मैं चाहता हूं कि जितने लुटियन के चैनल हैं जिनकी साझगाज हुई थी नहीं थी सचिन वाजे के साथ, परमबीर सिंह के साथ, वो भी इस रिपोर्ट को दिखाए, ताकि सच्चाई भारत के लोगों को पता चले कि आखिरकार टीआरपी के फाइनल रिपोर्ट में है क्या, ये कितनी बड़ी रिपोर्ट है, हाउ बिग इज द रिपोर्ट, इसमें किन किन लोगों का नाम है, हु आर द पीपल हु हैव बीन नेम्ड इन दिस रिपोर्ट। इसमें कंस्पिरेसी के बारे में क्या कहा गया है, इसमें जो षड्यंत्र की बात की गई थी उसके बारे में क्या कहा गया है, और इट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट कि रिपब्लिक के खिलाफ जो जो बात बोली गई थी उसमें सच्चाई है कि झूठ है. द एलिगेशंस दैट वर मेड अगेंस्ट रिपब्लिक, आर दे ट्रू और आर दे फॉल्स? एंड आई एम सेइंग दिस विदाउट हैविंग सीन द रिपोर्ट, बट इट मस्ट बी सेड इट हैज़ बीन अ रिपोर्ट 2 years इन द मेकिंग. यानी कि 2 साल से पूरे भारत के लोग 140 करोड़ भारतीय 2 साल से इसी रिपोर्ट की अपेक्षा कर रहे हैं, इसकी प्रतीक्षा में है, और रिपोर्ट अब सामने आ गई है. अब मैं चाहता हूं हर चैनल, भारत के हर चैनल, और मैं भारत के लोगों से भी अपील करना चाहता हूं कि आप लोग भी आप उन चैनलों को बोलिए, उन पे प्रेशर डालिए, उनको कहिए कि ऐसा नहीं है कि जब आपने कहा कि अर्नब गोस्वामी के खिलाफ ये है वो है, जब अर्नब गोस्वामी ने 500 रुपये दिए हैं, रिपब्लिक ने 500 रुपये दिए हैं, तो आप तो खिलखिलाते हुए सब दिखाते थे और हमको आप टीआरपी चोर कहते. तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि उसी एंथुजियाज्म के साथ, है ना, आप अभी ये फाइनल रिपोर्ट भी दिखाएं, क्योंकि आपने उस समय परमबीर सिंह को और सचिन वाजे को एक तरह से आपने कह दिया कि सच्चाई के प्रतीक कोई है भारत में तो परमबीर सिंह है और सचिन वाजे हैं. और आज मैं कह रहा हूं उन्हीं चैनलों को कि आप पर दायित्व बनता है कि आप आज ये खुलकर कहें. मैं सबको कहता हूं, मेरे दोस्त हो दुश्मन हो उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है, मैं खुलकर कह रहा हूं उनको कि आप आज दिखाइए. ये भारत के लोग आप पर सवाल उठाएंगे, नहीं तो आप पर आपका मजाक होगा, लोग सवाल आप पे उठाएंगे. और क्या उठाने रहे? क्या मैं आज अगर मैं टीवी में देखकर मैं पूछ रहा हूं कि जितने हमारे दर्शक हैं, मैं पूछना चाहता हूं उनको हिंदी में भी अंग्रेजी में भी, ऑन रिपब्लिक टीवी एंड ऑन रिपब्लिक भारत एंड ऑन रिपब्लिक बांग्ला, मैं भारत के सब लोगों को कहना चाहता हूं कि जो भी है इस रिपोर्ट में, इस रिपोर्ट को दिखाना चाहिए कि नहीं. इस पर पूरे भारत में सामाजिक तौर पर, एक तरह से राजनीतिक तौर पर नहीं मगर सामाजिक तौर पर इस पर चर्चा हो कि नहीं हो. मुझे लगता है हो. मैं कहता हूं कि आज पूछता है भारत एंड द नेशन वांट्स टू नो इस रिपोर्ट में है क्या, और क्या इस रिपोर्ट को दिखाया जाएगा, क्या इस रिपोर्ट के एक पैराग्राफ को दिखाया जाएगा, एक लाइन को दिखाया जाएगा, कि पूरी रिपोर्ट को दिखाया जाएगा. मुझे तो लगता है कि जो भी है इस रिपोर्ट में, भारत के हर मीडिया संस्था को इसको अपने वेबसाइट पे दिखा देना चाहिए. ये नहीं कि अगर रिपोर्ट आपको अच्छा लगे आप दिखाएंगे, आपको बुरा लगे आप नहीं दिखाएंगे. क्यों, है ना श्रवण? वॉट एवर इज द ट्रूथ मस्ट बी शोन. तो मैं 1 मिनट के लिए अंग्रेजी में भी जितने हमारे दर्शक हैं उनको कहना चाहता हूं कि देखिए, जो भी सच्चाई है दिखानी चाहिए. और हमारे इस वक्त रतन शारदा है, मुझे पता गया है, और हमारे जिनको हम बहुत मानते हैं, बहुत ही ज़्यादा मानते हैं, जीडी बख्शी भी हमारे साथ है. रतन शारदा जी, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? मैं अर्नब गोस्वामी बोल रहा हूँ, क्या आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं शारदा साहब?
सुन रहा हूं मैं. हाँ जी.
ये मैं कह रहा हूं कि हमें अभी खबर मिली है, जो ब्रेकिंग खबर है, कि जो फाइनल टीआरपी रिपोर्ट है, ईडी की फाइनल टीआरपी रिपोर्ट, ये सबमिट की गई है और ये रिपोर्ट हाथ में नहीं आई है. मगर क्या आपको लगता है कि जो भी है इस रिपोर्ट में, ये इस पर सारे भारत के मीडिया को दिखाना चाहिए, इस पर चर्चा होनी चाहिए? आपको क्या लगता है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक, शुड देयर बी अ डिबेट ऑन दिस?
देखिए अर्नब, ये टीआरपी की रिपोर्ट जो है, ये ऐसे ही रिपोर्ट है जिसने सारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया को हिला दिया था. कई झूठे गवाह खड़े किए गए, कई झूठे केस बनाए गए, जिसके अंदर कुछ सरकारें इन्वॉल्व हो गई, चाहे वो महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट हो चाहे पुलिस हो. उसके कारण आपको इतनी क्षति हुई है, किसी इंडिपेंडेंट ने चैनल को क्षति हुई, कई चैनल्स ने इसको एक बहुत ही अपमान के तरीके से इसको डिमोनाइज करके भी दिखाया गया कई टीवी चैनल्स के द्वारा, और कईयों का चरित्र हनन हुआ. अगर इस प्रकार हुआ है और ये रिपोर्ट आई है तो बहुत आवश्यक है कि रिपोर्ट पब्लिक हो, और जो चैनल खासकर जिन्होंने इसमें स्टैंड लिया था, एक अपनी भूमिका बनाई थी कि किस प्रकार से वो बिल्कुल ईमानदारी के पुतले हैं और किस प्रकार से रिपब्लिक टीवी इसने बहुत मैनिपुलेशन किया है, उन सबको बहुत जरूरी है कि वो ये रिपोर्ट दिखाएं और उसको स्वीकार करें कि उनसे गलती हुई है. इसी प्रकार रिपब्लिक का भी एक्सोनरेशन हो कि किस प्रकार उसको बदनाम किया गया, जो सजाएं, और जिस प्रकार का जेल रिपब्लिक के लोगों का हुआ, इंक्लूडिंग अर्नब गोस्वामी हिमसेल्फ, ये तो एक दूसरी बात है, वो तो बिल्कुल ही अन्याय हुआ ही. लेकिन एक पूरी चैनल को जिस प्रकार से बदनाम किया गया, जिस प्रकार से उसका दुरुपयोग और लोगों ने किया, और जिन्होंने बिना सोचे समझे इसको अपने रंग से अपमान करने की कोशिश की, और सभी को ये रिपोर्ट दिखानी चाहिए और सभी को स्वीकार करना चाहिए कि हम ये जो कर रहे हैं, ये मीडिया की किसी भी मॉरल नीति, कोई भी नैतिक जिम्मेदारी से अलग था, और आगे से हम जिम्मेदारी के साथ में रिपोर्टिंग करेंगे.
जी जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और एक सवाल मैं जीडी बख्शी साहब से भी करना चाहूंगा। जनरल बख्शी, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं?
जी यार।
जनरल बख्शी, एक खबर अभी आई है, ब्रेकिंग खबर है कि 2 साल बाद जो टीआरपी स्कैम की फाइनल रिपोर्ट पब्लिक हो गई है। पब्लिक नहीं हुई है, मतलब ये कोर्ट में डाली गई है, पब्लिक होगी मगर कोर्ट में डाली गई है। यानी 2 साल बाद ये रिपोर्ट, जो सच्चाई है टीआरपी की, जो परमबीर सिंह और सचिन वाजे, अनिल देशमुख और उद्धव ठाकरे ने ये सब जो किया था, कहा था और जिस तरह से उंगली उठाने की कोशिश की थी, इसकी सच्चाई, इसका पर्दाफाश होगा कि इसमें कितना सच था, कितना झूठ। आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे इस पर? व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू से सर?
अर्नब, मैं केवल ये कहना चाहूंगा, इस देश की मोटो है सत्यमेव जयते, द ट्रूथ अलोन ट्रायम्फ्स, सत्येन प्रतिष्ठाय जगत। इस जगत का आधार सत्य है, तो हम सत्य दिखाएं प्लीज। यू नो, पैरागॉन्स ऑफ वर्च्यू बना दिए गए थे परमवीर सिंह, सचिन वाजे जैसे लोग, जो आप पे इल्जाम दर इल्जाम लगा रहे थे। मुझे वो लहमें याद है अर्नब, और कितनी दिल में हमारे टीस उठी थी, कितनी चुभी थी बात। Here are the paragons of virtue. Here are the exemplars of truth. Here is Daniel's come to justice. Paramveer Singh, Waze, Sachin Waze, murderer, smuggler. I mean, the worst crime cop, they were lined against you. You know, in the lighter vein, Arnab, may I say, there is a very nice line by Louis Fisher. He said, when a true genius comes into the world, you can know him by this one sign. The dunces are all in league against him. So,
I'd say that.
You have made a path-breaking, thing in the media. You are a media person yourself, running a media channel, and I thought people would support you. I thought the media would stand by you when the chips were down. Look at the way,
नहीं मगर बिल्कुल नहीं, मगर अभी जो है, अभी बिल्कुल जनरल बख्शी, थैंक यू सो मच, एंड आई वुड लाइक टू से गुड बाय टू द हिंदी रिपब्लिक भारत व्यूअर्स। रिपब्लिक भारत के जितने दर्शक हैं उनको नमस्कार कहते हुए मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि आप जितने हमारे दर्शक हैं, जितने हमारे चाहने वाले हैं, जितने हमारे समर्थक हैं, जितने हमारे आलोचक भी हैं, मगर जितने हमारे दर्शक हैं, मैं सिर्फ एक बात कहना चाहूँगा आज उनको, एक ही बात कहना चाहूँगा कि देखिए, आपकी भी जिम्मेदारी बनती है। और आपकी जिम्मेदारी क्या है? आपकी जिम्मेदारी है कि आप उन चैनलों पर, उन मीडिया वालों पर, उन लोगों पर और उन जो कहते हैं कमेंटेटर्स पर, आप उनको कहे कि अगर आपने परमवीर सिंह की बात को मान करके इतनी बड़ी लंबी लाइन खींच दी थी और आपने कहा था कि परमवीर सिंह बिल्कुल सच्चाई के प्रतीक है, तो आज आप पर भी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि आप किसी भी तरह से उन मीडिया वालों को कहे कि देखिए, जो असली टीआरपी रिपोर्ट है, जो पूरी टीआरपी रिपोर्ट है, उसको छुपाने की कोशिश ना करें, और अगर छुपाने की कोशिश करें तो एटलीस्ट इस पर पब्लिक डिस्क्लोजर करें कि छुपाने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे हैं। क्योंकि इस वक्त हमारे साथ बनारस से लेकर कन्याकुमारी तक हमारे न्यूज़ रूम में फ़ोन आ रहे हैं, लोग हमें कह रहे हैं, मुझे हर वक्त मैसेज मिल रहा है कि लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि इस बार फाइनल टीआरपी रिपोर्ट कहाँ दिखाई जाएगी। तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, देखिए, रिपब्लिक में तो दिखाएंगे, मगर उन चैनलों को भी अब दिखानी चाहिए। इसलिए मैं कहूँगा कि हमारे ग्रिड में भी वो लाइन लगे कि लुटियन मीडिया में क्या हिम्मत है कि फाइनल टीआरपी रिपोर्ट दिखाएं। दोस्तों, आई वुड लाइक टू से गुड बाय टू द रिपब्लिक भारत व्यूअर्स। रिपब्लिक भारत के दर्शकों को नमस्कार। मैं आगे अंग्रेजी में थोड़ा प्रसारण करूंगा, एंड आई वुड लाइक टू गो अक्रॉस टू शवन। शवन, व्हाट इज द इम्प्लीकेशन ऑफ दिस रिपोर्ट फर्स्ट? What is the implication of this report whenever it comes out? And when was it filed? When was it taken cognizance by the court?
Well, just to get into the specifics, one, the case was registered about 2 years ago, soon after the FIR that was registered by the Mumbai police, paving the way for the enforcement director to take over the case. Right. And it was the same FIR. So just to remind our viewers, the FIR was never against us. It was not against Republic TV. So that same FIR was taken by the enforcement directorate. They were specifically looking into the allegations of what Mr. Parambir Singh, the disgraced crop, had to say, that there's money laundering, there are proceeds of crime. So all of that was essentially the main area, the mandate of the enforcement director to really look into. And that what they have done over the last 2 years is look into all aspects of all those who were called in for questioning, even by the Mumbai police. Enforcement director did the same thing. Now, just to answer your question in terms of what is the implication, one, what is going to happen right now? On the 8th of September, what has happened? The charge sheet was filed. The cognizance has already been taken. Perhaps in a day or two, all the accused, that's 16 accused, would be served a copy of this particular charge sheet that has been filed, and warrant is issued from the court, and that happens. Now, it goes to the appellate authority. Now, it's a little different than what happens in the case of a CRPC or an IPC case, what the Mumbai police had essentially done. It goes into an appellate authority. The attachments that have been made in this particular case still remains, because now the enforcement directorate would essentially say that they have enough evidence to go ahead with the attachments that have been made in this particular case. And more importantly, it would be looking into a larger role. Mumbai police specifically looked at just few allegations. For the enforcement directorate, it was a larger issue to look at, whether at all there is money laundering. So if Mumbai police was saying that yes, there are shell companies that were brought in and the money was routed, diverted, and several other allegations, all of that would have been looked into by the enforcement directorate.
Well, so it's been, I mean, the point being, Rhythm, it's been a very long process. It's been a laborious process, and it seems, Rhythm, to be an extremely intricate, extensive, intense investigation, because it's taken 2 years. It's taken 2 years to file.
Absolutely. Arnab, and what we also remember, we heard General G.D. Bakshi also talking about, is the malicious words from Parambir and how they were shown on other channels. There were press conferences and then interviews done by that disgraced cop. And after those interviews, those media channels have failed to show what's been happening in the case. It's very, very clear. It is time for the Lutins to really come out. It is time for the media channels to answer why there was this concerted conspiracy. These people who were in the helm of affairs at that time, whether it's the former Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, who's currently in prison in another case, whether it's Sachin Waze, who's a murder accused in another case, or whether it's Parambir Singh, who's been disgraced and is also facing allegations in other cases and this case as well. What we did see in the TRP case also, Arnab, is Sachin Waze telling the court that he got orders from people to fix the TRP case. He of course is playing the blame game, but like Shravan is talking about, we need to continue looking at the real nexus between the media and these disgraced people.
And you know, as I look back now upon 2 years, Shravan, you know, this is a final case, final report in the TRP case which is out, and I think Aishwarya needs to go on the Hindi channel immediately. He needs to go on the Hindi channel, so I'm going to free him there. But viewers, I want to tell you that 2 years after it all began in the TRP case, 2 years after accusations were made against us, 2 years since I was almost 2 years since 200 policemen were sent by Uddhav Thackeray and Parambir Singh and Sachin Waze came to my house with AK-47s to arrest me. 2 years after they filed cases against over 1,000 journalists of the Republic Media Network. It's been 2 years. 2 years, Abhishek and Shravan. 2 years for this report to come out. And some people thought, okay, this report's not going to come out. Savio, they said, it's not going to come out, you know, you can forget about it. The truth will never come out. The truth will be buried. But now we know, and the biggest anticipation is, Savio, the truth is out. It's just that we haven't accessed it yet. But it's so exciting because we know that after 2 years, the truth is out. It's locked up in a report somewhere. It's just a matter of time before it's accessed, Savio. Just a matter of time now.
You know, Arnab, finally after 2 years, the truth behind the TRP scam is in a report that will be made public very soon.
Yeah.
And the only channel discussing that was the channel that everyone went after.
Yeah.
Who was the actual one that everyone went after, and that's the irony.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
So the other channels who were gloating at that point of time, who were targeting you, Arnab, and targeting us collectively, are actually not showing the TRP scam report, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous, because if you really believed in what the TRP scam was all about, you should be showing the report, which means the Republic is innocent. The Republic stood its ground for the truth that it carries, and more importantly, it proves that we were targeted deliberately because we went after the truth again and again, and we will continue to go after it.
See, Savio, the most amazing thing here is, and I want to come into Abhishek on this, the most amazing thing is we don't know what's in the report. You don't know what's in the report, but we're sticking our neck out and saying the report is out. I mean, it's the biggest story in the country today. 1.4 billion people tonight, Abhishek, asking, has the report been filed? And do you think it's possible that the Latvian channels don't know that the report has been filed? Of course not. They know the report has been filed. They know it's a final report. They know it's the ED report. They know whatever is in the report is monumental, historic, headline grabbing. I mean, it's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible, I think, this time for these Latvian channels to avoid reporting on the report when it comes. But why are they hiding the fact that the report has been submitted, that it's in court, that the court is taking cognizance of it, that there are 16 respondents? How can they really face their viewers, Abhishek? How can they even face their and we are told right now that the hashtag is already trending. It's already trending. The report is not out yet and it's trending, ladies and gentlemen. The final TRP report, the hashtag is trending. This is becoming really big. There's an incredible amount of public interest building up. I really think I would put my bet on it that these channels will not be able to avoid reporting on this time. What do you think, Abhishek? What's your guess? What's your guess?
Oh no, Shawan just informed us that the report
guess?
was submitted, in fact, on 8th of September. It's the 8th of September and today we are 21st of September. It's been about a fortnight. It's not possible that these people did not know that the report has been filed or that the court has taken cognizance of it. These people knew even before investigation began which channel is involved. These people knew before the investigation picked up pace that this channel did this, that channel did what. It's not possible that they don't know who's named. It's not possible that the channel which paid a fine, it's not possible that the channel which was asked by the High Court of Bombay to pay a fine does not know what's there in the report, or at least they know that the report has been filed, the process has begun, court has taken cognizance, it would be out in a while. It's just a matter of, I believe, Rhythm can tell us more, just apply and get a copy, whatever time it takes, and then the nation would know what's the truth. And as I was saying earlier, it's not just about the truth that is there in the report, but it's also about the truth of the conspiracy that went into the exercise of starting this investigation, starting this process of targeting Republic, which began not with that press conference where conclusions had already been drawn, but it began with the conspiracy at some boardroom where 2, 3 people or 4 people came together and decided that Republic has to be fixed for having dared to be number one. Based on our content, based on our coverage, based on our connect with the masses. I think that was not liked, and that's when the conspiracy began. Hopefully, after the report is out or not, somebody would go on and look at that aspect as well. And that's what perhaps responses. People across the country, those who admire our work, would be interested in knowing or not.
Well, I'm back here. I lost the line in between, but I want to tell you, we're flooded. We're absolutely flooded right now. It's incredible. I mean, it's like the whole country has really stood up in one. It's incredible today to be in this newsroom because I know the calls we are getting, and it's incredible, isn't it, viewers? 20 minutes before I start my program usually, this is already trending, and I say, yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's make it trend. Whatever is in the report, we stick our neck out, and we say, whatever is in the report, we will truthfully publish and report whatever is in the final TRP report, and I do hope that the rest of the media takes a cue from that and also does the same. This is becoming one of those moments, Shawan, for the entire media. It's becoming a test of the media in a way that the people of this country want to see whether the final report will be published or reported or aired or broadcast or debated by them. Because if they do not, then their credibility will be down to smithereens. Absolutely down to smithereens, won't it? And what do you think, viewers? You can tell me about that also using the hashtag final TRP report. Shawan, what do you think? It's an interesting moment we are all heading towards. It's an interesting moment.
Well, Arnab, if I can just add one line, the credibility of the Lutyens media was down smithereens the day when they started taking notes from Sachin Vaze. I still can't understand a man who has never investigated any financial cases was handed over and told that look into a company, and he was asked to look into the balance sheets of those companies. I still can't understand whether at all Mr. Sachin was ever qualified in the first place to look into this particular case. Now, that aside, the question here is that very media lapped it up. Every single day there were reporters who were given the specific task. And I can say that with some amount of confidence, that there were reporters from certain media networks who were given only one task, that go and meet Mr. Sachin Vaze every evening in his office, take down everything that he utters without asking him a single question, and then come back and just simply vomit without any sort of due diligence. No due diligence has ever been done. And that's a crying shame for the entire media today, that what you did in the past, perhaps it's a moment of, it's time that you change that. It's time that you realize the mistake that you've made, perhaps some sort of a redemption if you only put out the truth. Where we are just going to, we are hoping, not very sure how much they are going to really do it.
Absolutely. I just want to say a couple of things out here as we move on, and it's a very, very interesting moment out here we're heading towards. And the question is this, viewers. I want to read out some of the responses. Okay, so we have Upasana who messages saying we have always had faith in Republic, but this report will silence Lutyens. We hope so. We hope so, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Pragati says, nation wants to know the final TRP report. We are eagerly waiting for the final TRP report, Arnab sir. Thank you, so are we. And Pratna says, after 2 years of conspiracy and fixing, finally the truth will come out in its raw form. Yes, Pratna, but will all those who made Sachin Vaze India's Sherlock Holmes have the guts to actually report what's in the TRP report? Will they or won't they? It's time to guess, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking calls on this. In fact, I'll take a couple of calls on this also if I can. Ladies and gentlemen, another message says from Shamnar Bites says that this is a deja vu moment as I watch the TRP case debates from 2 years ago. I don't know, but this is my emotional connection to Republic or just a coincidence. But now the truth has come to know the real truth in the TRP case. Hip hip hooray to Republic. Well, bit early to say hip hip hooray yet, but we are clearly watching. And I think viewers, another person who should have the guts to face the people of this country should be Parambir Singh, should be Sachin Vaze. Oh, Sachin Vaze is in jail. Anil Deshmukh's in jail. But Parambir Singh should have the guts to face us, to face the people of this country whenever this report comes out, and be subject to scrutiny himself if required. And Vanita Roy says there was never ever an iota of doubt about you, Arnab, and Republic's integrity, but this report is much required to thwart the Lutyens conspirators scared of your success. Thank you very, very much. Well, you know, we have been pursuing the truth regardless of the consequences. But this case is particularly big. I want Savio, you to tell us about the significance of this from a media perspective. You're a media man. You've been in the business, at least 20 years. And so from a media perspective, the reporting on lack of reporting in the case, whatever in the report, the nature of the report, because it really set off a can of worms, on the basis of this report. The rating agency stopped putting out the ratings. You had a whole lot of lobbying going on. There were whole attempts to say, kick Republic out, kick Arnab out, put Arnab in jail. All kinds of things were said. Front page headlines were put out in the Times of India almost on a recurrent basis, to try and fix us. But from a media conversation and a media controversy perspective, what will this report really mean when it comes out? Savio?
See, the most important part, Arnab, the mere fact that you're showcasing the report itself, and when it comes out, shows that your credibility is intact. But the most important thing, what happened when the TRP scam came out, was the deliberate targeting of the Republic channel and of you personally. But what they did not want to look at was the real truth of the TRP scam. And Parambir Singh, during his first press conference itself, completely, oversighted the real names mentioned in the FIR and deliberately looked at Republic and went after it. So what does it show?
Yeah.
It shows that there are certain sections of the media that work with certain political lobbies. That political lobbies target media that are speaking the truth on several issues that are in the country. This particular lobby hobnobs with politicians, hobnobs with police officers, hobnobs with people that matter, are in control of the flow of finances or the flow of the political situations in the country. And we've seen this, and I don't need to name anybody. We have people who are known to actually, talk about ministerial positions and all that. It's important for the country to realize. It's important for the country to realize.
Absolutely. I'm sorry to cut you short there, but I've just been told I have to get ready for the 9 o'clock show. Viewers, we are going to take this. We're going to take this at 9. Savio, I'm going to hand over with one question to Swapnil Kothari, who's been waiting for a long time. Swapnil, this is big. Everyone's talking about the final TRP report, already trending. Even the report hasn't come out yet. The court's taken cognizance of it. But what it means to me is that the matter is in public conversation. It's very much in people's minds. If people thought, if our enemies thought, conspirators thought that in 2 years people will forget what people tried to do versus with Republic, they haven't forgotten. Swapnil, it's very much top of mind as far as people are concerned, and they want to know what's in the final TRP report.
Well, Arnab, it's a vindication of our entire efforts and what we have gone through. Today, the truth will be trending, as it was not trending in the past 2 years, but from today onwards, the truth will be trending, and trending big time. The so-called forerunners of journalism with some metallic standards, and who pursued headline after headline, will now become also rans, and you as Republic will now become the pioneers of journalism, which you already have been since that May 6, 2017, and much before that to yourself as a brand image. So this report will be a culmination of your efforts, and it will really, really drive home the truth to 140 crore people, that what you have been saying all along is nothing but the truth, and you have always been a forerunner for truth, regardless of the consequences. And the way you have covered story after story,
and we will,
story after story, you have developed a fan following of no equal.
No, it's the brand. It's the brand. And as I say, I'm going to be back in a few minutes. Swapnil, thank you very much. I hand over to my able colleagues, Rhythm and Abhishek and Shaman, of course, for taking this forward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the support so far. And we are back at 9 with the much-awaited truth, which is going to come out about the final TRP report. Will the rest of the media show the courage or the conviction to report it whenever it comes out? That's our talking point tonight. Over to you, Shawan.
All right, Shawan, I have a question. As Arnab gets ready and comes back for 9 p.m., short, quick question. The ED submits the report, the court takes cognizance. You said 16 are named. The court, what's the process from here on till the time we actually see the report?
So what essentially happens is that there's a notice that is going to be sent out to all the 16 accused, informing that they have now been charge sheeted. I'm given to understand that perhaps it's a matter of another 24 to 48 hours before all the 16 accused in this particular case, or the 16 respondents, would have to now basically appear. Their lawyers would essentially be given a certified copy of this particular charge sheet.
So can I just intervene? So if Republic is not, if Republic is there in those 16 named, we become part of the process.
Right.
If we are not, then can we say that we are out and exonerate?
Well, that's difficult to say right now, Abhishek, because we're not very sure. There hasn't been any communication from the enforcement directorate side to us particularly that goes on to indicate that we are not an accused. If we were an accused, perhaps Rhythm can also bear me out on this, that we would have also been notified. The very fact that we haven't been notified by the enforcement directorate, we can safely assume that we are not an accused in this particular case. Now, the second part is that the court basically would intervene right now. Notices would be issued. They would be asked to appear. A date would be set for that. That takes generally, typically, if you look at other cases, the PMLA cases, it takes roughly about 2 to 3 weeks for this process to completely get over and then the trial to essentially begin.
So essentially the case is sub judice, and who knows better about what's sub judice and what to do when it's sub judice than Rhythm. Rhythm, over to you. Your last words before I believe Arnab is back.
You know, I remember this moment. It is like a lot of our panelists have been telling us, Abhishek, Shravan, there is a deja vu involved with this. We all go back to 2 years ago when this entire witch hunt started, when Abhishek, Shravan were also taken to the Mumbai police stations and asked repeated questions, when several of us
Even
were
Niranjan.
told about our software details, log IDs, passwords, personal details of every member of the newsroom desk. Children, in fact, almost just 20 were told to go there. The details sought included true copies of emails of shift schedules, details of the editorial software used by the channel, the user login activity, and at the same time, the former Mumbai Police Commissioner Savio was having a gala time giving out some sort of juicy horror details which were manufactured and false to other channels. And it doesn't get more shocking because the other channels were calling him Parambir Ji. Parambir Ji, aap keh rahe hain ki ye TRP scandal hui hai. Where are those people who need to question Parambir today and ask him what's in this final TRP report? Why this deafening silence from them is something, Abhishek, we all need to ask those people, because this is a report that is stirring national anticipation, Savio, into what lies ahead. I also remember not only the details that were asked for, but also how other channels raised questions on our main beliefs on keeping the nation first.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ridham. You know, this TRP report is going to open some difficult questions for those about whom you were mentioning. I think Arnab should be back in any time now. We will take a short break and come back with the TRP report story again.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
राजू श्रीवास्तव भाई वैसे तो कॉमेडी किंग के रूप में जाने जाते रहे, लेकिन मैं कुछ और भी बताना चाहता हूं साथियों। राजू भाई से हमारा संबंध लगभग 20 वर्षों का संबंध है। पहली बार अमिताभ बच्चन जी के साथ हम उनको मिले थे।